Hi guys, how are you doing today? Welcome back to a random lifestyle vlog. If you're new here, my name is Paulina. This channel is all about beauty, and today we're going to unbox another advent calendar together, and this is Space NK fragrance advent calendar. So this advent calendar is available now. It's priced at £150 with a value of £560. I'm not going to lie, it's probably going to be quite difficult for us all not to compare this advent calendar to the Harrods one, but I think I'm going to try and keep an open mind in this case and try to focus on the value that this advent calendar offers, because it's very difficult to compete with Harrods. And the fact that Harrods wins pretty much every fragrance advent calendar battle this year doesn't really mean anything. There can still be fragrance advent calendars that will offer an amazing value for money, even though it's not as good as Harrods. So let's forget about Harrods for the next 20 minutes and let's focus on what's inside this advent calendar. Okay, so our Space NK fragrance advent calendar opens up like this. The numbers are actually in order, so it's going to save me some time. I won't have to look for the right door. And we're starting with our day number 1. So here we have 2 fragrances. First one is Witchy Woo by Viro, and it says here for courage and creativity. And we have 7.5 mils here. So I think this Witchy Woo is such a perfect name for this fragrance. It's dark, mysterious. This is actually a unisex fragrance and it has this vintage quality to it. So the notes here are incense, patchouli, orris, sandalwood, black pepper, white musk, cinnamon, carrot seeds, and rose. Yeah, this is actually a perfect Halloween type of fragrance. And then next up we have 10 mils of 11 oil, perfume oil. And this has notes of a rose, geranium, citrus, patchouli woods, and amber. And this is one of those fragrance oils that is giving you this very calm sensation. It's giving this like spa vibe all along, very relaxing, very calming. This is not a full size. A full size would be 20 mils, so we have like a half size product here. Okay, day number 2. So here we have some eccentric molecules. We have 2 fragrances. They are 8.5 mils each. And we have molecule 1 here and eccentric 4. So we're going to start with the molecule 1. This is a single molecule fragrance, and that molecule is ISO Super, which is woodsy, musky, a little bit ambery too. And since this is a single molecule scent, you can layer that with other fragrances all you want, and that's going to make other fragrances smell a little bit more unique. Then we have the eccentric 4 fragrance. The eccentric range is based on that single molecule, but it's also enhanced with some other notes. So this fragrance is described as aromatic, citrusy, and woodsy. It has the notes of grapefruit, juniper, sandalwood, osmanthus, mastic, galbanum, and rose. Okay, day number 3. And guess what? We have not 2, but 3 fragrances in here. So first up we have 2 Juliet Hazagan fragrances. These are both 5 mils. So we have a very famous not a perfume scent, and this is a very similar situation to the molecule 1 by Eccentric Molecules. This is a single molecule scent. So the molecule here is ambroxan, and you can use it by itself, but then it doesn't really seem to last super long. But I would definitely recommend playing with this fragrance a little bit more and layering it with some other fragrances. The other fragrance by Juliet Hazagan is Juliet, and I don't think I've tried this fragrance before, so that's pretty exciting. So the top notes here are sour cherry and pink pepper. Then we have middle notes of jasmine and the base notes of cashmere and tonka bean. That sounds delicious, so let's give it a quick sniff. So by the way, this is the 5 mils bottle of Juliet Hazagan fragrances, and I really love cherry note in fragrances. I'm not a massive fan of cherry as a fruit. I don't really like the flavor, but the scent, especially when it's blended with some like other notes, it's just to die for. So yeah, I love it. I love it so much that I'm actually considering potentially buying a bigger bottle of this fragrance. And then the last fragrance in this box is Boy Smells a Hinoki Phantom, and this is 10 mils. So the notes here are cypress, black pepper, olibanum, tobacco leaves, orris, cedarwood atlas, hinoki, fir balsam, patchouli, okamos, smoked leather, cypriol, and cistus. Okay, I think I had a candle in this scent before, and it was really nice, but I'm not sure if I would want to smell like that, because it was a very kind of like a smoky fragrance from what I can remember. So let's see. don't hate it, but it's very leathery. It's very smoky, leathery. Luckily, it's not really giving me like this smoked ham kind of like vibe. Some of these smoky fragrances, they do smell a little bit like that. Yeah, it's very leathery. It's definitely not going to be for everyone. It's definitely leaning more masculine. I am not sure if I'll be wearing this, to be honest. It might be a little bit too leathery for my liking. Okay, we're moving on to our day number 4. And again, we have 2 fragrances here. So the first one is Jo by Jo Loves. And I'm not going to lie, I wish we had something different from Jo Loves, because she has some really lovely scents, but this one is not my favorite. Actually, this is probably my least favorite Jo Loves fragrance. This is very citrusy, very grapefruity. So the notes here are grapefruit, lime, bitter orange, black pepper, vetiver, mint, gaiac wood, and Hideon. So yeah, if you like those fresh, spicy, very grapefruity fragrances, you're probably going to like it. I'm not a fan. I wish we had something different. She has so many lovely fragrances, but it seems like whenever we're getting Jo Loves fragrance, it's either going to be this one or Pomelo. The next fragrance in this box is Floral Street Wonderland Peony. And this is 10 mils. I feel like Floral Street fragrances have been featuring quite a lot in advent calendars this year, but it seems to me like the most popular fragrances are those from the Van Gogh collection. This time we have Wonderland Peony. I've tried this fragrance before, but I don't have it in this 10 mils bottles, so I'm quite glad that this is not another repeat for me. This is a fruity, fresh, floral fragrance with top notes of guava, red berries, and Sicilian lemon, middle notes of peony, raspberry bloom, and violet, and then base notes of cotton candy, vanilla, resins, woodsy notes, cedar, and vetiver. Just going to quickly refresh my memory. Yeah, it's a really beautiful floral, sweet fragrance. Very optimistic. It does smell very optimistic to me. Perfect for spring and summer. Okay, day number 2. Look how big this box is. Oh, and I think we have a full-size fragrance here. So this is Dead Cool Extra Milk Genderless Eau de Parfum. And this is 50 mils. So this is the box. And this is what the fragrance looks like. So this is a unisex fragrance described as musky and powdery. And that's a very short list of notes. So the notes listed are white musk, amber, and bergamot. Let's give it a sniff. Okay, that's actually quite nice. To be honest, when it comes to like musky fragrances, I'm not always a fan. Sometimes they're giving me this kind of like a scratchy, soapy feeling. This one, probably because we have some amber here, it's a little bit softer, a little bit warmer. So yeah, it does smell pretty good. But I would definitely need to test it out on my skin, which I'm not going to do now. We still have to test some more fragrances here. But yeah, I can't wait to give it a proper go. Maybe when I finished filming this advent calendar, I'm just going to spray myself with it. Anyway, we have a full-size fragrance, which is really good. We're moving on to our day number 6. And here we have Glossier You Eau de Parfum. And this is 8 mils. Okay, so this is what the bottle looks like. Okay, so this is a unisex fragrance, musky and powdery, and the notes here are iris, pink pepper, ambroxan, and ambrette. I really like iris in fragrances. It always makes them very powdery, but in a nice way. Okay, that's interesting. That's not what I expected. It almost has like a certain sweetness to it that I did not expect to be there. It is musky, it is powdery, that's for sure. But not necessarily what I expected. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? I'm not sure yet. I definitely need to try this fragrance on my skin. This is one of those scents I'm probably either going to love or hate. Okay, so day number 7 down here. And look at that, we have a candle. So this is Spice & Cake Shimmering Spice Scented Candle, and it just smells so good. I can already smell it. So there you go, this is our candle. This is 190 grams, so quite a large candle. Oh, it just smells beautiful. Nothing says Christmas quite like our exclusive and much loved Shimmering Spice Candle. Over the years, its unique cozy cinnamon, cedar, and allspice scent has generated a cult following, and this year its cosmetic aesthetic makes it wow for any table centerpiece. So yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie, I really love a good candle, so I'm pretty happy with this. Okay, day number 8. Okay, we have another big one. And look at this, this is a full-size Mulling & Getz fragrance, 50 mils in leather. I mean, I really hope it's not going to be as leathery as this Hinoki Phantom candle. But there's only one way to find out, right? So first of all, this is the bottle. This is a unisex fragrance, woodsy, powdery, and leathery. The top notes here are pepper, lotus, and cloves. Then middle notes, violet, lily of the valley, and orchid. And then we have base notes of sandalwood, leather, and cedar. So let's see. I mean, since this is a full-size bottle, I really hope I'll like it. Okay, so it's definitely much more balanced than this fragrance here. This is like a pure leather situation. It literally smells like a leather jacket. This one is much more balanced. You can actually smell some florals. It's woodsy. The leathery note is there, but it's not dominating. So yeah, that's not bad. That's actually something I'll probably use in winter when it's like really cold outside. That's good. Okay, day number 9 up here. And again, we have 2 fragrances. So first up is Mojave Ghost by Byredo. We have 8 mils here. I actually have this fragrance in a full-size bottle and it is really beautiful. So it has the notes of sapodilla, ambrette, magnolia, violet, sandalwood, ambergris, cedar, and musk. And this is a really beautiful, nicely balanced unisex composition. Very wearable, very likable. So yeah, this is a really good one. And then we have Maison Margiela Replica Lazy Sunday Morning, and this is 7 mils. And I guess most of you will probably like this fragrance. This is giving this fresh laundry vibe. I think it's quite pretty, but I don't really tend to use fragrances like this. It's musky, it's fresh. The top notes are aldehydes, lily of the valley, and pear. Middle note, rose, iris, orange blossom, and then base notes, white musk, ambrette, and Indonesian patchouli leaf. Very clean, very kind of like fresh laundry type of fragrance. Okay, day number 10, and here we have some diptyque, and this is all rose, and we have 7.5 mils. So the top notes here are lychee, black currant, and bergamot. Middle notes rose, as you would expect, a geranium and jasmine, and then base notes of musk, Virginia cedar, and white honey. Okay, that sounds pretty interesting. Let's have a quick sniff. Okay, so this is like this proper fresh rose fragrance. It is actually enhanced by those fruity and other floral notes. It is very pretty, obviously as long as you like your rose-based scents. I remember I used to hate rose in fragrances, then I started really liking this kind of like jammy rose, especially in those kind of like Middle Eastern fragrances. And now I actually really like the fresh rose as well, so I think, you know, your taste can evolve and change. Anyway, day number 11 is here. And here we have a Vanilla Skin by Fleur, and this is Hair and Body Fragrance Mist. And this is 90 mils. So the top notes here are sugar, pink pepper, and red apple. Then in the middle notes we have cashmere wood, jasmine, and lily. And then base notes, vanilla, benzoin, sandalwood, and agarwood. That is going to smell delicious. Let's see. Oh, yum! It instantly makes me hungry. Oh, this is delicious. Okay, day number 12, the last day of this advent calendar, and what do we have here? Okay, so here we have, I don't know what. I mean, like, that's the name of the product. This is Diaz and Durga Pocket Perfume, and this is actually their perfume oil. A fragrance enhancer with transparent radiance that gives any aromatic material a certain, as the French say, I don't know what. The notes here are bergamot essence, iso e super, and civetone. So this is another fragrance enhancer that we have in this advent calendar. I think we've had 3 of these. So there's this one, then we have Juliet Has a Gun, and one of the molecule fragrances. These are all single molecule fragrances that can actually work as fragrance enhancers. So yeah, we've got that. And you might be surprised, but this 10 mils bottle is actually a full size, or at least it does have a standalone retail value. Okay guys, so this is everything in the Space NK Advent Calendar. What do you think so far? I think I need to do a quick calculation before I tell you my thoughts. Okay, so we have these 2 full-size fragrances. This Mulling & Get one costs £86, and then the Dead Cool one costs £71. So these 2 products combined cost more than the price of this Advent Calendar, which is good. So we obviously have a full-size candle by Space NK. This one is priced at £28. And then this fragrance oil is actually a full-size too, and it's priced at £75. So we already have like £100 on top of what we paid for this advent calendar. So it's like over £250 of value. And that's in like full sizes. And then we also have some products in here that, even though they're not full sizes, they do have a standalone retail value. So for example, this Vanilla Skin Hair and Body a fragrance mist. This has a standalone retail value of £24. This Floral Street fragrance in 10 ml bottle will cost you £29. And what is actually quite surprising for me is Boy Smells Hinoki Phantom fragrance in 10 ml bottle will cost you £35. So that is quite pricey for that. And then we have all these fragrances here that don't really have standalone retail value, but some of these fragrances are pretty pricey when you're buying a full size. So with all that being said, I quite like this advent calendar. I think this is a really good value for money for like £150. I really love the fact that we have a candle, like a full-size candle here. I do find this advent calendar quite interesting because it's not just perfumes. We have some perfume oils, we have like a hair and body mist, you know, that candle that I just mentioned. So it's a little bit of everything. And on top of that, we do have several like proper full-sized items in here. If I were to change one thing about this advent calendar, I'll probably reduce those like single molecule fragrances to maybe one. I don't think we need that many fragrance enhancers. I've also noticed that there are several fragrances here that has been like extremely popular, like the Molecules fragrances. Juliet has again not a perfume, or this replica Lazy Sunday Morning. I think these fragrances have been doing rounds in like advent calendar boxes and so on. So maybe I would prefer to see a little bit more like unique products or like new stuff in here. But other than that, I do think this advent calendar offers a really good value for money too. And is it as good as Harrods? I mean, obviously not. I don't think anything will be as good as Harrods, but if we just try and not compare, I think this is still a really good advent calendar. But what are your thoughts, guys? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thank you very much for watching. For more advent calendar unboxings, check those videos over here. I'm going to see you very soon. Take care. Bye.